Good morning students. Today we are going to have our first video lesson of Social Studies Class 5. We will start with chapter number 1. The topic is Maps, Grid Lines. We will cover the information given on page number 1 of the book. Students having the old print will consult page number 5. The time duration of the lesson is 35 minutes, which includes the exercises you are supposed to complete in the end. The resources required for today's lesson are Smart Social Studies Book 5, Notebook and pencils. Let's review the vocabulary you are going to come across during the lesson. The first word is horizontal, which means parallel to the plane of the horizon. What is the horizon? Horizon is an imaginary line at which the Earth's surface and the sky appear to meet. You can see in this diagram, this is a picture of the horizon. Here it seems as if the sky and the Earth meets. So this line is a horizontal line. The second word is vertical, which means at right angles to a horizontal plane. Consider this a horizontal plane. This is making a right angle. So this line is a vertical line. The next word is hemisphere. It means a half of the earth, usually as divided into northern and southern halves by the equator or western and eastern halves by the prime meridian. Now see this line. This is an imaginary line which is called the equator. At the top of the equator, this whole area is the northern hemisphere, and at the bottom of the equator, this area is the southern hemisphere. Now see this line, this is prime meridian. On right side of the prime meridian, this whole area is eastern hemisphere, and on left of the prime meridian, this whole area is western hemisphere. The next word is tilted, which means bent. Now see, this is the Earth's axis. It is also an imaginary line. This is tilted. It's bent. It's not straight. The last word of the list is cartographer, which means a person who draws maps. Now let's review the objectives of the day. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify north and south poles, explain the term equator and the lines of latitude, and find the angles of Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So students, what are the two poles of the Earth? Can you see this line? It is the Earth's axis on which it rotates. Now, Earth has two geographic poles, the North Pole and the South Pole. They are the places on Earth's surface that Earth's imaginary spin axis passes through. Now, as I told you, this is the Earth's imaginary spin axis. Now, it passes through this North Pole and the South Pole. At the top is the North Pole. This is the North Pole. And at the bottom is the South Pole. What is the equator? I told you about the equator. that it is an imaginary line. Now let's see in detail what equator is. Equator is an imaginary line which is halfway between north and the south poles and divides the earth into northern and southern hemispheres. Now see this red line, this is the equator. Now to make it easy for you, I've just separated northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. See, this part is the northern hemisphere, it's like this, and the bottom part is the southern hemisphere like this, and in between these two hemispheres is the line which is called equator. Means equator is the line which is dividing the earth into northern and southern hemisphere. But remember, it's just an imaginary line. The circumference of the earth is largest on equator. You can observe this here. Now let's watch a video to get a clear concept of the lines of latitude.
Latitude. Lines of latitude, also known as parallels, circle the globe from east to west. These lines are all the same distance apart, about 69 miles. Each degree of latitude is separated into smaller pieces called minutes. There are 60 minutes in 1 degree. Similarly, each minute is divided into 60 seconds. The equator lies at 0 degrees, halfway in between the north and south poles. There are several other unique lines of latitude. The Tropic of Cancer lies at 23.5 degrees north, and the Tropic of Capricorn lies at 23.5 degrees south. The part of the Earth that lies between these lines is called the Tropics. It's known for its hot temperatures, heavy rainfall, and dense jungle. The Arctic Circle lies at 66.5 degrees north, and the Antarctic Circle lies at 66.5 degrees south. The area of the Earth between these parallels and the tropics is characterized by 4 distinct seasons.
So, you must have got a better understanding of the lines of latitude and the specific lines of latitude. Now first identify this line. You can see this yellow line here. What is it called? It is dividing the earth into 2 halves. This is the northern half and this is the southern half. Yes, this line is called the equator. Can you identify the other important lines of latitude as watched in the video? This red line, it's on 66.5 degrees north. What is this line called? Yes, it's Arctic Circle. Now this line, 66.5 degrees south. What is this line called? Yes, it's Antarctic Circle. Now this green line, which is located on 23.5 degrees north, what is this called? Yes, it's the Tropic of Cancer. Now see this green line, which is located 23.5 degrees south. Yes, it's the Tropic of Capricorn. And undoubtedly, you must be knowing this green line which is dividing the earth into 2 hemispheres, north and south. Yes, it's the equator. Now let's review what we have learned today. What is equator? What are latitudes? Where are north and south poles located? What angle and direction is Arctic Circle located? What angle and direction is Antarctic Circle located? What angle and direction is the Tropic of Cancer located? What angle and direction is the Tropic of Capricorn located? Now check your answers. What is equator? Yes, it's an imaginary line that divides the earth into northern and southern hemispheres. What are latitudes? Yes, these are imaginary lines running from east to west. What angle and direction is Arctic Circle located? Yes, it's located approximately 66.5 degrees north of equator. What angle and direction is Antarctic Circle located? Yes, it's located approximately 66.5 degrees south of the equator. What angle and direction is the Tropic of Cancer located? It is located at approximately 23.5 degrees north. What angle is the Tropic of Capricorn located? It's located at approximately 23.5 degrees south. I hope you have given correct answers to all these questions. Now let's practice. Your task number 1, you have 5 minutes for completing this task. The task is to read page number 1 of your textbook. Students having the old print are supposed to read page number 5. The task number 2 is complete question number 2, part 2 from page number 5 in your notebooks. Students having the old print should complete page number 9. Rather, the specific exercise mentioned you will be finding on page number 9. You have 5 minutes to complete this task. Task number 3. You have 7 minutes to complete the task, and the task is draw a circle, earth, mark and label all important lines of latitude. I hope you're going to enjoy practicing what we learned. Have a good day.